Good morning, Sacramento. Come on now. It was a year ago that we were here, January 9th, that dreadful moment where we got a message that said, our team, our Kings, have been sold, bought, and will be moving to Seattle for a whopping, staggering NBA record price of $525 million. 6 days later, I addressed you, and I said, it's not over. And you guys are looking at me like, yeah, right. I remember the look in your faces when I said, no, really, we got a game plan. It was like, crazy mayor from Oak Park. What a difference a year makes. What a difference a year makes. So needless to say, I'm on fire, I'm excited, I'm giddy, I'm geeked, I'm pumped. And to be here today to say we did it, it's a big deal for Sacramento. It really is. So let me take you on a simple journey. When I was here, I said we're going to lay out a play-to-win strategy to keep our team in Sacramento. I said we're going to secure a local ownership group. Many of you are in the room today. I said we're going to find equity owners that are going to match the deal from Seattle. I said we're going to move forward with a plan to build a brand new, state-of-the-art arena downtown. I said we're going to prove to the NBA that Sacramento has grit, a fighting spirit that's second to none, and we're not going to let go of something that's our own. I asked you to help. I said, will you reach out to friends and members of the community and let them know three things, because time is of the essence. Number one, we have a six-week sprint, and we have to all work together to play to win. That we have to show our local support and remove all doubt by committing to buy tickets and sponsorships. I said we have an opportunity that's once in a lifetime to show that our destiny is in our own hands, and you in the room help make that happen, so give yourselves a round of applause. I want to thank the elected officials. Many are here today. I want to thank my dear friend Darrell Steinberg for his leadership. I want to thank the ad hoc on City Council, Alan Warren, Steve Cohn, and our Vice Mayor, Jay Chenier, and all the council members for stepping up. I want to thank the county supervisor, Jimmy E., and all the supervisors for partnering with us in a real way. I want to thank the elected officials from around the region, 6 counties and 22 cities, all said that we want to be a part of this effort to keep the Kings in Sacramento. I want to thank our assembly members, Dr. Pan and Roger Dickinson. Will you please give all of our elected officials a round of applause? I want to also thank the folks behind the scenes who make things happen. Our city manager, our city staff. There are so many folks and organizations behind the scenes, business and labor, who all work together. But if you wouldn't mind giving a round of applause for our city staff for their hard work as well. Now, don't even get me started on the arena. Downtown partnership, you did it. This arena is not going to be in the Thomas. It's not going to be in the rail yard adjacent to downtown. It's going to be in the heart of downtown. You've been working on this for years, decades, a couple decades, in fact, when Steve Cohn first got on the council. What's really cool about this is I feel like the downtown partnership has been sowing seeds, tender, kindling around, and this arena will be the spark. It'll be the match that will create wildfire and real growth. You're going to see new businesses and restaurants and shops and housing all because of the groundwork that was laid one step at a time. When you were invested in downtown, people thought you were crazy. When we were trying to save the Kings, people thought I was crazy. So let's give it up to all the crazy people who believed that downtown could really happen. We've always talked about it being bigger than basketball. This entertainment and sports complex development will create 4,000 permanent jobs. It will create 11,700 construction jobs. The project will create $11.5 billion of economic activity over 35 years. This is what we mean when we say a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Foot traffic from this arena surrounding development will generate over $230 million in economic activity for our region, including $146 million downtown. The city's contribution, yes, the city's public-private partnership contribution, will leverage an estimated $1 billion in private investment around our arena. This means for every $1 we invest of public dollars, it will generate $3 to $4 of private investment. This is what we mean when we say an economic engine. We want to be a model for what public and private partnership looks like, and we are doing it in a real way, and we are proud for the cities around this country to be looking at what's happening in Sacramento. So today marks a milestone for you to be able to see this project 1 year later, when it was just faith, and now it's sight. We can actually see what we envisioned many years ago if you're Steve Cohn, but for the rest of us, over the last year. In today's newspaper and on TV, you get a chance to see what the images of this building looks like. It's not just a glimpse into an arena, it's a glimpse into the future of Sacramento, and that is important to know. There's been many months of community meetings and workshops and town halls, surveys. Close to 10,000 people have weighed in and given their ideas. The city has had a dozen public meetings where the public has had a chance to give their thoughts on what the design of the building should look like. AECOM has designed an incredible building. Is Rob here? Where's Rob at? Well, Rob, where's Rob at? Rob, why does the architect in the last row? Hey, Rob, while I'm talking, stand up real quick. Walk up here. Walk up. Come up here. This is the architect behind the scenes. Rob, you can sit right there in the front row. I want you to get a good view of what this darn arena looks like. Before I talk about what's in the arena, which I'll do really quickly, I want to say something's kind of cool. That for the last 3 or 4 years, I've done these downtown partnership breakfast kickoffs in the morning, and I don't know if there were ever any Sacramento Kings in the room. For some reason, the ownership and management didn't want to hang out for these events. But I am proud to say we have a whole table of Sacramento Kings in the house. Stand up, Sacramento King. Stand up. Give them some love. All right, so you guys remember the quarterback from Florida State who won the championship and the Heisman? He said, he had his famous line, at Florida State, if we're going to do it then, we're going to do it big. In Sacramento, if we're going to do it then, we're going to do it big. So that was the goal. We said if we're going to build an arena, let's build something that the world has never seen before. And that is big, it's bold, it's audacious. We had 5 guiding principles. 1, we wanted to be uniquely Sacramento. We wanted to represent who we are. Mark Friedman, thank you for your leadership and vision around that. Number 2, we want it to be an iconic space, which you'll get to see in a moment. Number 3, we wanted to activate downtown in a real way. You'll see that in a moment. Number 4, we wanted to be a great fan experience, an incredible venue. And when we talk about fan experience, we wanted to have the home court advantage. We wanted the best fans in the NBA to have a leg up on any other fans in pro basketball. We wanted it to be loud. We wanted it to be intense. We wanted to have high energy. We wanted to be a place like no other. And that's what we meant by fan experience. And lastly, we wanted it to be a showcase for green and technology. Showcase. For technology, what do we mean by that? We want it to be the smartest building that could be built. And you're going to see that in a moment. We wanted to have cutting-edge technology in every nook and cranny. We wanted to be broadband and mobile technology. We wanted to revolutionize the fan experience in a real way. We wanted to do something that had never been done before. In terms of green, we wanted to be sustainable. We wanted to be LEED Gold. We wanted to make sure that it celebrated our weather and our climate. We wanted to make sure that we redefined what energy efficiency looked like. We wanted to not just talk about transit-oriented development, we wanted to show what transit-oriented development could be and should be, and we've done that. We wanted to be a place that you could walk to, you could bike to, and you can train to. Sacramento, we have a very iconic building. Let's take a look. This building looks like no other building in the world. It embodies everything that's great in Sacramento. This building fits in with the lighting of Sacramento, being white and silver building with fresh and crisp. Next slide. Dang, that's cool. This building evokes the backdrops of Sacramento, the Delta, the foothills, the Sierra Foothills Terrace, overlooking L Street. This is uniquely Sacramento. This building fits into the landscape base and the rises of the Sierras. Yosemite inspires the vertical wall panels with the grace, strength, and the powers of the Sierras. The patterns on the glass and metal railings are abstract from the 1 million trees of Sacramento. This is what we mean by doing it big and uniquely Sacramento. Slide 3. All of us are committed to making this project a vibrant public space, 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We want this space to be exciting if there's only 17 people hanging around or 17,000 people filling up the venue. In front of this arena, you see an open plaza the size of Cesar Chavez Park downtown, drawing thousands of people every day. The plaza is going to be an event unto itself. It will be an event hill much like Times Square or Lincoln Center in New York City, bringing the idea of theater and watching something outdoors in the plaza. The design of this facility is to create a connection, welcoming interaction in all 4 directions. So think about this interaction. This project will connect to K Street, the rail yard, Old Sacramento, and the Capitol. It will have no back to it. It will be a building with no back. Wherever you are downtown, whatever angle you approach it, it will be the anchor of our community. Next slide. What makes this building different from any other arena across this globe, it opens up to the city. It will be an indoor-outdoor facility. You cannot do that anywhere else. And when we say uniquely Sacramento, that is what we mean. You cannot build this building anywhere else unless you have our weather, our resources, and our agriculture. And this right here gives you a glimpse. That big opening is about 5 stories to give you the magnitude and scale. So it will always be open to our city in good weather. It will actually always be inviting even when it's closed. You guys see that? Rob, where Rob? Rob? Good job, Rob. From inside the arena, there's a river terrace with views over the Sacramento River. For the first time, we're gonna be able to see the darn river. Holy moly, come on now. And you know this, beyond the arena, there'll be new development like retail, entertainment, hospitality, new hotels, all kind of cool stuff. Rest assured, our downtown will be a place to be in the future years. And our last slide. This building will be a great entertainment experience. As I said earlier, it'll be a home court. You'll see top artists and performers from around the world coming to the greenest, coolest building that you can possibly imagine. So Sacramento, I want to say this before I bring up our keynote speaker. This is our future. This is who we are, and it's who we want to be. We found our identity through that fight. This building will give us a chance to make a permanent statement for what we believe and who we are. This building is going to put us on a map like no other building that we've ever built in Sacramento. And it's because a community rallied together and said enough is enough. So again, give yourselves one more round of applause for doing what everybody said could not be done.